In this video, I'll show you how to use auto-scrolling and other gestures available in AcroBible version 4. Let's begin with navigation. On the Bible text screen, of course, we can move through the chapter by scrolling. We can use a swipe gesture to advance to the next chapter or go back to the previous chapter. To go to a particular verse in a chapter, if you tap on the right side of the screen, a verse bar comes up. You can tap the verse to go right to that verse. You can jump around that way. If you want to go to another chapter of the current book you're in, Matthew, you can tap on the left and this chapter bar will come up. Depending on how many chapters there are in the book, it may be difficult to get the exact chapter. Another way to do that is to tap the title, in which case you can simply enter a specific chapter. You can add a verse if you want, but that's optional, and tap search to go to that exact spot. This bar at the top appears to allow us to quickly jump back to where we just were, and we can just tap the X to close that. You can also use the title entry bar to go to a completely different book. Start typing the book, and when it appears below, tap on it and then enter a chapter number and optionally the verse number to go to that book. Lastly, you can use the arrows down at the bottom of the screen to navigate through chapters. There are a couple tap and hold gestures that we can use. First, tap and hold with a single finger on a verse that you're interested in studying, and that'll show study tools available for that particular verse. Here I've got the Greek New Testament installed along with the King James Version with Strong's numbers. There's a number of study tools that you can download, and you can learn more about those from the downloads video. The other gesture is a two-finger tap and hold, which will bring up the running note editor. This allows you to keep a note which is standalone from any particular verse for a sermon or anything like that. And anywhere you are in the Bible, you can tap and hold, and it'll bring up the last note that you had going, and you can add to that note. You can learn more about that from the note video. Another gesture you can use is the pinch out gesture. Using this gesture, we can put it in full screen mode where we don't have anything obstructing our reading. And this is also where you would use the auto scrolling. If you tap near the top of the screen, the text begins to auto scroll and you can read along. You can control the speed by tilting the iPhone forward or backwards. You can also set the default startup speed from the program settings. Tap anywhere to stop it from scrolling, and do a pinch inward to go back to normal reading mode. Well, that's it for gestures. Check out some of the other videos to get the most out of AcroBible version 4.